Hi, friends. I'm Lori Palau, host of the popular weekly podcast, This Organized Life, founder of Simply Be Organized, and author of the book Hot Mess, A Practical Guide to Getting Organized. For the past 7 years, we've been sharing stories, interviews, and strategies to help you live a more organized life. Whether you're struggling with physical clutter, calendar clutter, digital clutter, or just overwhelmed with the mental load of all the things, we're here to help you every step of the way. We know that one of the biggest struggles many of us face is time, and even finding the time to listen to a 45-minute long episode might not even be doable, which is why we've created this Organized Life Tip of the Week. These short episodes are designed to give you a little boost to start your week off on the right foot in under 15 minutes. This might be something that I'm doing in my personal life that I wanted to share, a tip that someone shared with me that I want to pass along to you, or maybe it might just be a prompt or story to help you think differently about the true meaning of clutter. New episodes of our Tip of the Week are automatically going to show up in your podcast feed on Mondays, and our regular long-form episodes will continue to drop each and every Thursday. Now, if you're new here, make sure to click the subscribe or follow button for instant access to all of our 300 plus past episodes. And if you're already subscribed to TOL, there's nothing that you need to do. Our bonus episodes should already be in your feed. Regardless of whether you just found us or you're one of our OG listeners, I am so happy that you're here. Now, let's get to it. Hi guys, Lori here. I hope your week is off to a great start. We are here for today's tip of the week. And what I want to talk about today has to do with modeling behaviors. And really, one of the most common things that I hear from people, whether it's my friends or clients or people that write in to us, is how do I get my fill in the blank to listen to me? How do I get my kids to pick up their clothes or my spouse to pick up their clothes or help out around the house? And obviously it's a longer conversation, but one of the first things that I ask people is, before I start kind of like casting all of these suggestions and recommendations, is ask them about their own habits, because I think it's really important to remember that we are modeling behavior, whether we are intending to or not. How we act in the world and behind closed doors is a form of modeling behavior. And that applies in all areas, not just in organizing. And I've actually been thinking a lot about this in other aspects of my life, but particularly when it comes to organizing. I know a lot of times some of the frustrations that specifically parents face when it comes to kids is getting them to do the things that they want them to do. But oftentimes we aren't necessarily doing that ourselves. For example, we want our kids to get up and make the beds and put away their laundry, but you might have laundry all around, or you might not be making your bed. Or we want our kids to pick up after themselves, but you're leaving sinks full of dishes, or there are sinks full of dishes. I don't want to be accusatory. And so what I always try to remind parents specifically, but it also goes for spouses and in the workplace, is people are watching you. And if you're specifically in a position of authority, people are learning or they're taking your lead. And so again, just because you're organized doesn't mean that your kids are also going to be organized. Or if you come in and you are always on time for meetings, that means other people are going to be on time. But what I can tell you is the tendency is, if you are modeling poor behavior or levels of disorganization where you're constantly running late for appointments, or you are constantly having to ask somebody where something is, that is leaving or sending a message to people. And so again, the first and only thing we really have control over is ourselves, right? And how we act and how we respond to things. And so the tip of the week is, are you modeling the behavior that you want others to do? And if not, what are the areas where you feel that you could improve on modeling that behavior? Because it also starts with yourself. A lot of times we get frustrated in the things in other people that we don't like about ourselves or that we aren't doing. And this isn't to lay blame on anybody. We model behavior oftentimes that was modeled to us. And sometimes we go the other direction. If you are somebody that grew up in a house that was really, really disorganized, you may crave that organization. So yes, that might be something that's the case. But more often than not, if you grew up in a house where you ate junk food all the time, you're probably going to have junk food in your house because that is what you know. That is your norm. So ask yourself, what type of behavior was modeled for me? And what type of behavior am I modeling for those around me? So again, that could be your spouse, that could be your coworkers, and of course, it can be your kids and your community. What are you a type of person that does what they say they're going to do? If you say you're going to, be on a committee and do X, Y, and Z, are you going to do that? Or are you going to be somebody that drops the ball? So I think all of these things in terms of how are you modeling and representing yourself is the first kind of line of defense in leading an organized life and setting and leading by example for those around you. So if you like this episode or if you think there's somebody that could benefit from this episode, I would love if you just click the share button wherever you're listening. And if you have an idea for one of our tip of the week show topics, maybe it's something that you're doing in your life that you want to share, a big win, we'd love to showcase you. So definitely send us right in to us at info@simply the letter B like boy organized.com. Shoot us a DM at this Organized Life podcast. Or you could even leave it in Apple podcast reviews. You can always put your comments, questions, thoughts in there. So until next week, I am Lori Palau, or I will see you back on Thursday for our long form episodes. But if you're here for our tip of the week, we'll be back next Monday. Have a good one, guys. Peace out.